The desert keeps its secrets well. Along a remote stretch of Highway 60 in Arizona, where cactus and scrub brush stretch for miles and the silence feels endless, something didn't belong. On Valentine's Day 2025, black trash bags were found just off a trail near mile marker 277. What was inside would stop an entire community in its tracks. The remains of a 14-year-old girl, discarded, hidden, and left nearly 100 miles from where she was last seen alive. Her name was Emily Pike. Before she became the center of a growing investigation, before her name echoed across headlines and memorials, Emily was a daughter, a sister, a girl known for her smile. A member of the San Carlos Apache tribe, she grew up surrounded by family, rooted in her community. But like so many stories that don't make sense until it's too late, there were signs, moments where things could have gone differently. In 2023, Emily was placed in a group home in Mesa, far from the only place she truly wanted to be home. She ran away more than once, each time she was found. Each time she told anyone who would listen the same thing: she didn't want to go back. Body camera footage would later capture her voice, raw, frustrated, desperate. "I just want to see my mom," she said. "No one's going to help me." At the time, those words may have sounded like a teenager pushing boundaries. Now they feel like something else entirely. On January 27, 2025, Emily climbed out of a window for the last time. She disappeared into the night from the group home, leaving behind more questions than answers. A missing person bulletin was issued. Tips came in, false sightings, rumors that she had made it back to her family, but none of it led to her. Weeks passed. Then came February 14th. The discovery along Highway 60 confirmed what no one wanted to believe. Emily had been killed. Investigators would later determine her death was the result of homicidal violence, blunt force trauma. Some of her remains were never recovered. And even now, the most haunting question remains unanswered. What happened in the days between when she ran away and where she was found? No suspects, no arrests, just silence where answers should be. As the investigation unfolded, so did a deeper, more complicated story. Questions about the group home where Emily lived, about how many times she had run away before and why, about reports that safety measures may have failed, about jurisdiction gaps between tribal authorities, state agencies, and law enforcement that may have slowed the urgency of the response. Her family believes her death didn't happen in isolation. They believe it was preventable. And her case has forced uncomfortable conversations about how missing Indigenous children are classified, how quickly they are searched for, and whether they are given the same urgency as others. For too long, many of these cases have been labeled as runaways, a word that can quietly lower the level of response. But Emily's story helped change that. In 2025, Arizona passed what is now known as Emily's Law, creating the Turquoise Alert System, designed specifically to ensure that missing Indigenous people are treated as endangered, not dismissed. It's a step forward, but it doesn't bring Emily back. Today, her case remains unsolved. A $200,000 reward stands for information that could lead to an arrest. Her family continues to speak her name, refusing to let her story fade into statistics. Memorials now mark both where she was last seen and where she was found, places where people gather not just to grieve, but to demand answers. Because somewhere someone knows what happened. And until that truth comes to light, the desert will keep holding onto its silence. But her name won't be forgotten. This is Case and Cues with Carrie.